is 9 p.m. in RTD's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have Somali parliamentary delegation concludes studies visit to Arta. For the international scene, famine in Gaza, the UN sounds the alarm. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, current Chairman of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has arrived in Kampala, the capital of Uganda, to take part in the IGAD summit and a joint summit of IGAD and the non-aligned movement. The summit, which opens tomorrow in Kampala, will be dominated by two key themes: the Sudan crisis and the recent dispute between Ethiopia and Somalia. The summit will be an opportunity to reiterate the urgent need to put an end to the violence and reach an agreement through negotiations and talks between the protagonists in Sudan in order to restore peace and stability in this sister country. The second topic of the IGAD summit agenda was the recent dispute between Somalia and Ethiopia following the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Ethiopia and Somaliland earlier this month. On his arrival at Kampala's International Airport, Entebbe, the President of the Republic and current Chairman of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, was warmly welcomed by senior Ugandan officials. On the sidelines of the summit, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, will take advantage of his trip to Uganda to hold talks on the sidelines with the President of the host country, Mr. Yoweri Museveni, as well as with a number of his counterparts, the head of state and government of IGAD countries. The President of the Republic heads a large delegation, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Djibouti's Ambassador to Uganda, Yassine Elmi Bouh, the Director of Multilateral Relations and at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Guelleh Idris Omar, and the President Diplomatic Advisor, Fathia Jamauddin. The Somali parliamentary delegation, led by the acting Minister for Women and Human Rights Development, Madam Amina Hassan Aden, has concluded its studies and skills exchanges visit to the capital of Artas region. The delegation's visit to Djibouti is in keeping with the fraternal and historic relations between Djibouti and this sister country. After the usual greetings, the members of the Somali parliamentary delegation were talking to Sunny Hill Center for talks with the authorities of the Artas regions, who had turned out in large numbers to welcome the Somali delegation. The main objective of the visit was for the delegation of Somali parliamentarians to visit the site of the 2000 Somali Reconciliation Conference and the founding of the First Republic of the Third Republic. In his welcome address, parliamentarian Umar Waberi Malo, a national of the Artas region, said that he was delighted to welcome the parliamentary delegation from the sister nation of Somalia to Arta. The parliamentarian said that this city embodies the history of the new Somalia. It was in 2000 for 8 months and met more than 2,500 Somalis for 6 to find an agreement to end the civil war. The member of the Artas region, the member of parliament, emphasized that the honor belongs to the president of the republic, who decided to bring the sister nations out of darkness. In his speech, the head of the Somali parliamentary delegation, Abdul Qadir Sheikh Ali Adan, thanked the President of the National Assembly and the deputy parliamentarians. Warm welcomes extended to him and his Somali parliamentary delegation. The head of the Somali parliamentary delegation underlined the willingness of the Somali Federal Parliament to contribute further to strengthening relations and cooperation between the two brotherly countries. My thanks go to the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, for his decisive role. The acting Minister for Women and Human Rights Development, Amina Hassan, spoke to RTD, warmly thanking the people of the Republic of Djibouti and its President Ismail Omar Guelleh for the efforts Djibouti has made towards reconciliation and peace in Somalia. The acting Somali minister emphasized that Somalia and Djibouti share privileged relations, ancient ties forged by history, culture, and geographical proximity, and common values between the two brotherly countries. In his speech, the Minister of Justice, Ali Hassan Bahdoun, said that the words expressed by our brother encourage us and gives us the strength to go even further. The minister emphasized that the President of the Republic is still pursuing this momentum of support and solidarity with these brotherly countries. The minister also suggested that the Republic of Djibouti will always stand by the sister nation, whatever the circumstances. In conclusion, the Djiboutian minister said that he was proud of the cooperation between the two brotherly peoples and was optimistic that in the future of our country would be more fruitful, and wished prosperity to both sister nations. The fourth general meeting of the Djibouti Railway shareholders opened today, January 18, 2024, at the Kempinski Palace Hotel in Djibouti. The meeting was attended by the representative of the Djibouti-Ethiopian government. Taking part on the Djiboutian side were the Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment, Hassan Muhammad Arbahim, the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Musa Dawale, the Minister of Budget, Isman Ibrahim Roble, the Chairman of the Ports and Prison Authority, Abubakar Omar Haddi, the Managing Director of the Djiboutian Railway Company, Mahmoud Roble Dabbar, and the Deputy Managing Director of the Djibouti Railway, Mr. Hassan Muhammad Kamil, and other senior executives from the central administrations and public establishment. On the Ethiopian side, the Minister of Transport and Logistics, Alemu Shime, and the Minister of Economy and Finance, Ahmed Shide, the Minister of Mines, and Mr. Habtamu Tegenye, the Investment Commissioner of Lelisi Neme, the Managing Director of the Ethiopian Railway Corporation, Ms. Helena Belachu, and the Managing Director of the Djibouti Railway, Dr. Abdi Zenebe, and other Ethiopian executives. However, since December 2023, Djiboutian Railways managing contract with the Chinese group has come to an end, and one of the reasons for today's important meeting is to take stock of the past 6 years and discuss future prospects for the Managing Director.
To receive this responsibility from Minister Shide, he has been leading the board of directors for the last 6 years. I have been trying to review the progress, and it is becoming very promising from every year. And we are very proud and happy to lead this project between the two sisterly countries. Today, the first time in 6 years, it is the first of its kind to have a meeting together with the shareholders. This is the first of its kind. There are issues to be addressed, to be tabled to the two directors, board of directors and shareholders directors. So we were going to present board of directors agenda and issues first, then we are going to table the shareholders' agenda. We are always very happy to do transport, to seamlessly leading this important logistics for both countries. As Minister Shide said, Ethiopia is connecting via multimodal options to Djibouti. Very recently, I think we are also launching with about $750 million a big expressway to Djibouti.
The Ethiopian Minister of Finance, Ahmed Shide, underlined in today's important meeting is to take stock of the past 6 years and discuss future prospects for the management of this railroad line. Listen for more details.
And for the last 6 years, the volume of cargoes which has been transported by the Ethio-Djibouti Railway Company has been increasing from time to time, and the efficiency has been improving, and the line is operating very well. Along this time, the Chinese company has been supporting us in the management of the operations of the company, as well as the capacity building of Ethiopian and Djiboutian staffs. In terms of capacity building also, both Ethiopian and Djibouti staffs have learned a lot, and as a way forward is going to jointly manage the line. Today I'm going to introduce Engineer Habtamu, who is a Minister of Mines, who is replacing me as a board chairman representing Ethiopia, and he has been a very good engineer. He has been in charge of Ethiopian road sector for the last several years, and he has been also very responsible on delivering a very important national project in various parts of the country. His very able leadership will further enhance the operational efficiency and the traffic cargo volume that's going to be transported by this railway. Both the leadership of Ethiopia and Djibouti pays a very important attention to the smooth, safe functioning of this line. It's a very vital line. It's a flagship regional integration project which Ethiopia and Djibouti has collectively built together. This is our common asset, it's our common operation, which defines our common destiny. It's going to bind the two countries, the two people, for the coming 100 years or so. So this line is going to be very, very important. As part of the shareholder, we will continue to support this, the board in its endeavor. To be honest, in terms of partnerships, the partnership between Ethiopia and Djibouti is a very exemplary model when it comes to two sisterly countries integration. Djibouti has invested a lot on port infrastructure capacity. We have jointly developed the railway line. We are also upgrading the road connectivity from Addis Ababa to Djibouti through additional investment in terms of Horn of Africa project initiative as well. So Ethiopia and Djibouti will continue to invest on mega infrastructure connecting the two countries together. And this is a testimony for the binding commitment between our two people and between our two governments.
The Djiboutian Minister of Transport, Hassan Hamad Arbahim, said that the annual general meeting of the shareholders examined ADR's governance and institutional aspects as well as its economic and financial performance. The new railroad was born out of a shared vision by the political leaders of the two countries to provide the sub-regions with the modern infrastructure up to international standards to boost economic development and contribute to the regional integration. Today, the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, had the honor of receiving on a courtesy visit His Excellency Ahmed Adel Al-Subhi, the new ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt to Djibouti. The meeting, which took place within the framework of the strengthening of diplomatic and military relations between Djibouti and Egypt, enabled the two senior officials to discuss opportunities for bilateral cooperation in various fields of economic interests. General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim warmly welcomed His Excellency Ahmed Adel Subhi and stressed the importance of strengthening ties between the two nations. Armed Forces Ambassador Ahmed Adel Subhi expressed his gratitude to General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim for his kind welcomes and underlined Egypt's continued commitment to promoting mutual cooperation in all fields. General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim and His Excellency Ahmed Adel Subhi agreed to work together to promote regional stability and security, underlining the importance of international cooperation in resolving common challenges. During this first meeting between the two leaders, significant gifts were exchanged to symbolize the establishment of a positive and lasting relationship. The gifts were carefully chosen to reflect mutual esteem and strengthening the budding professional ties. This is the first time in the port's history that a Panama ship carrying 96,000 tons of NPS fertilizers bound for Ethiopia has docked at the Dorade Multipurpose Port, DMP. It was a great honor to moor this giant of the seas in our deep water port. As always, our operations teams are hard at work and have begun unloading the fertilizers at a steady pace with the aim of achieving top performance. This giant of the seas, Mai Sabek, is 215 meter long and 44 wide meter long and 10 longer than commercial vessels, with a depth of 13.5 meters and 9 storage holds. The vessel was loaded from the Moroccan port of Jorf Lafsar, equipped with the modern facilities. TMP confirmed its expertise on bulk and conveys fixed mobile bagging machines capable of delivering up to 2,411 MT per day. The second consultative meeting of the Islamic World Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, ISESCO, was held in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia between January 16 to 17, 2024. The meeting, which brought together the 54 countries of the organizations, was followed by the 44 sessions of the organization's executive committee, a delegation comprising the Secretary General of the Djibouti National Commissions for Education, Science and Culture, Mr. Mohamed Moussayabe, and Mr. Ali Yusuf Douale, a member of the ISESCO's executive committee, took part in the event. The organization's second consultative meeting opened with the speeches by officials. Al-Malik, Director General of the Islamic World Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, after thanking the organizers, stressed the need for the organizations to renew itself, to adapt its actions to the realities of its member states, and above all, to consult the representative of its member state and experts from the Islamic world, so that the organizations remains a vehicle at the services of the development of Muslim societies, which lives requires the ingenuity. And the day of January exchanges between representatives and member states, coordinated by the ISESCO's experts, discussed focusing on the democratization of education, the consolidation of teaching, learning quality, innovation capacity, building the sciences, and the enhancement of Islamic cultural heritage. These exchanges were summarized for future use. A remarkable effort to improve the aesthetics and cleanliness of the cities, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Hibu Ali Hussein, has taken the lead in an ambitious initiative to clean and repair the road in the neighborhood 5. This initiative has not only garnered widespread support, but has also become a symbol of unity, harmony, and patriotism within the community. The collaboration between the Member of Parliament, Hibu Ali Hussein, the IDR offices of the and the Gendarmerie Nationale have paved the way for the transformative project that goes beyond simple roads improvement to install a sense of pride and responsibilities in the residents of the neighborhoods who are actively involved in beautifying and keeping the road clean. The women of the neighborhood 5 have played a central role in these initiatives, demonstrating their commitment to promoting a clean and vibrant neighborhood. They have joined forces, working tirelessly to sweep up debris and repair damages along the road. Their collective efforts contribute not only to the physical improvement of the area, but also serve as a testament to the power of collaboration between communities. The sub-prefect of the 2nd District, Habi Hared Gadid, took the microphone to express his support for the initiatives. He praised the collaboration between the various players, notably ADR, OVD, and the National Gendarmerie, and stressed the importance of citizen participation to ensure the initiative's sustainability. Finally, he invited other neighborhoods to draw inspirations from the example and mobilize to make the city of Djibouti cleaner, safer, and more beautiful. For the international scene, the UN appealed for better access to Gaza. According to the humanitarian agencies, famine is affecting several parts of the city, and the situation is worsening as winter sets in and the conflict drags on. Continued Israeli bombardment has forced thousands of people to flee. Many without shelter are forced to live on the roadsides with the little or not access to food. UN agencies are sounded the alarms for a rapid securing of access route to Gaza. Some 300,000 people are still living in the ruins as the fighting continues since the beginning of January. According to the UN, less than a quarter of an convoy have been able to reach their destinations in the north of the Gaza Strip because the Israeli authorities refused them access for security reasons. Qatar and France have announced that they have negotiated an agreement with Israel and Hamas to deliver emergency medicines to hostages held in Gaza in exchange for humanitarian and medical aid to the most vulnerable civilians in the Palestinian territories. Qatar Foreign Ministry yesterday announced an agreement between Israel and Hamas in cooperation with France to deliver medicines and humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza in exchange for the delivery of much-needed medicines, as well as the north, and would soon come to an end. An explosion at the firework factory in the central Thailand killed at least 20 people on Wednesday. Rescue workers said that the exact death toll was not immediately clear, but Kritsada Mari, rescue workers with the Samerkum Sofan Buri Relief Foundation estimated that between 15 and 17 had been killed. Local media provided varying death tolls. Images captured in the Sofan Buri province showed the sites located in an otherwise empty rice field leveled flat except for the debris. The cause of the explosions, which was not immediately clear, came less than for a month. The Chinese New Year's in the February, a period of high demand for fireworks. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.